Hello, you're listening to another episode of Tyler Talks to Strangers, the podcast where I attempt to better understand the world around me by understanding those who inhabit it with me. Everyone has a story, but I just have so many questions. All right, let's get to it. Got this guy Aaron on the Zoom chat today, so we're gonna go kind of in a random order with the questions. I sent him the question bank. I think I intimidated him a little bit with it because it's just like 2,000 questions. He's like, just hit me with anything, man. Doesn't matter. So I respect that attitude. And as we always start here, if you had to summarize your life story in like that 3 to 5 bullet points, significant life events, where you're from, name, all that kind of good stuff, how would you do it, sir?
Well, Tyler, first off, I want to thank you for having me here, man. It's a pleasure. Going to be great to get to know you a little bit, get to know myself maybe a little bit better too. So that's awesome. My name is Aaron Knatzer. I live in Sheridan, Wyoming. Um, for those that don't know, no, we don't ride our horses to work every day. But I work in the construction industry. I've been in the construction field for probably on and off for about 5 years. Done all sorts of things, but right now I am just looking to better myself. I don't know, I'm in that personal growth area of my life, and I just really want to, jump in and take a stab at it. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. Absolutely. Okay, that's huge. What do you think sparked that change to pursue personal growth? Is there a book you read or somebody, a mentor you had in your life? What kind of drove that, you guys change?
That's really interesting that you asked that, and I'm gonna be really vulnerable right here.
Mm,
But so recently, my girlfriend and I have been going through some hard times, and it got to the point where I was hospitalized for mental health.
okay.
And then when I got out of the hospital, literally the day that I got out of the hospital, my girlfriend looks at me and she was like, "I think we need to take some time to work on ourselves apart." And so
Right.
I guess you could say that we're together, but we're
Yeah.
not together. You know what I mean? So I still
Right.
see her like once a week, just to check in. And she has a son that I call my stepson.
Hmm.
And I have anger issues that I need to work out, and it was getting to the point where it was kind of traumatizing him. And so I knew that I needed to step into a better place mentally and physically, both for myself and then for them. So
Hmm.
that's kind of what spurred that on a little bit.
Wow. No, I definitely appreciate. I think that's a big thing. I think some of the mindset is shifting with a lot of, I guess, in 2023, it seems like the amount of people that are like, yeah, I'm in therapy right now, just like casually say that to me. I'm like, oh, wow. Like something's different. Like we're all kind of being a little bit more honest, and maybe it's post-COVID. I don't know. But I think that's something we don't have to necessarily hide as much as we tried to in the past, if that makes sense. So,
Yeah, yeah.
no, I definitely appreciate you saying that. So definitely a lot to take at once, the whole thing and the transition there and the conversation with your girlfriend. So that's definitely a lot. But on the brighter side of things, if you could extrapolate out the next, 3, 5, 10 years, what would be the ideal kind of like timeline for where you'd want to be or anything you're excited about coming up?
So that's really funny that you asked that. I don't know if you were on the call this morning with Ryan and the rest of the IC guys, but so we're talking about, building a compelling vision this month for the
Right.
monthly topic.
Hmm.
And as a new guy, I'm brand new to the IC. So I've already built my vision, I built my battle plan. Everybody's just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you're just already so far ahead of the game. But I'm just like, no, I gotta dive right in.
Right.
So basically with my vision, where I want to go is I want to build my own house within the next 5 years. Um, I want to repair my relationship and
Hmm.
also get married within the next 5 years. I want to have my stepson adopted, so that we can just start working together as a family, rather than two separate entities. Is basically how I
Okay.
think of it right now.
Right.
Um, Beyond that, I think that so I am a certified parents coach.
Okay.
So I want to start podcasting. I had a podcast a little bit back.
Hmm.
But I want to start doing that again. Start reaching out to the IC guys, specifically focusing on fathers that want to
Yeah.
build a better relationship with their kids, as well as step out into the public speaking areas for mental health, because
Oh,
I realize that's a big part of my life right now, and I
sure.
want to make sure that other people are taking theirs seriously as well.
Ooh, wow. That is a vision right there. That was definitely well spoken. Do you mind me asking how old you are now?
I'm 26, or
Tw-
sorry, I'm 25. I'll turn 26 next month. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Next one. I do the same thing. When people ask me, it literally takes me like 30 seconds to figure it out. I'm like, 91 December. I'm 31, 32 later. I don't even know. Time is irrelevant at some point, but very cool. Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff that I kind of vibe with there too, because I was like huge onto the tiny house movement and wanting to build my own stuff at one point too. And I live in a travel trailer now, an RV. So that's kind of my little minimal dwelling, I guess you can say, but
Nice.
could not build anything like that from scratch. So you must have been like, you must have grown up in a house that was just like DIY everything, I'm assuming.
Not really, actually.
Really?
So
Okay.
my dad didn't really repair anything.
Okay.
As we were growing up, he'd always kind of call somebody in. He'd do little things here and there, like patching up drywall and
Okay.
stuff like that. But growing up in the not growing up, but as my professional career has progressed,
Hmm.
in the construction industry, I'm just like, no, no, no. The thing is that like the only way that you can get what you want and you're still not going to get everything that you want is to
Hmm.
build your own house. And that's it.
Yeah.
So,
Damn. I like that in 5 years. Do you have a blueprint drawn up or anything in motion for it?
no, so me and my girlfriend are actually supposed to meet up this weekend,
Okay.
and kind of start, envisioning that a little bit.
Nice.
I know that we said that we're kind of separated and not together really right now, but we still have the same end goal of,
Hmm.
we want to be together.
Right.
So that's something that we're working towards.
I love that. All
Yeah.
right, man. That was the first kind of stage, the get to know you phase. Next is going to be the fun slash absurd questions. So let's see if I can hit you with a couple of these. The first one's going to be, what is your Starbucks order? What do you
Ooh,
get? Yeah, has it changed over time? Are you a coffee guy? I don't know.
I am a coffee guy. So, when I was first going to college, over here in Casper, Wyoming, there was a Starbucks in our what we called the Union Hall,
Mm,
and I used to get every single day a white chocolate mocha because I was a prissy little white girl.
sure.
You know what I
Better
mean?
than a PSL, pumpkin spice latte. That's the most classic white girl move, right?
Yeah, yeah. But nowadays, it's really black coffee for me, man. Like
Nice.
if anything at all, because I'm trying to get away from caffeine.
Hmm.
To I don't know, because I feel like I'm more dependent on it now. So
Right.
I'm kind of trying to get away from it, but I still do like my cup of black coffee every once in a
Hmm.
while.
I respect it. Yeah, that's definitely the most socially acceptable drug addiction, just like by and large across the globe is caffeine, coffee, the whole thing. I'm like, I can't travel with my mom and we cannot start the day until she has her coffee, right? So it's like
Yeah, yeah.
I've always been a tea guy and I don't want to get on the coffee train because I know I'm never getting off at that point. So I'm gonna just hold out as long as I
Tea is
can.
good too. Tea is good too.
Yeah. Do you do a fake name at Starbucks? Do you have like a specific order name? I don't know, like an alter ego or something? Or
You
no?
know,
Some people do that.
no, they
Yeah.
do that, and
Yeah.
I've known people to do that,
Hmm.
like that. I've went to Starbucks and they're just like, yeah, I'm gonna write my name as this, but I've never done that. I do know like this one guy that I used to know. He would put his name as Stormtrooper, uh,
Nice. I respect that.
every time, and I'm like, I just don't know how you do that. I
With
would
a straight
never
face.
for me, I would never remember. I
Yeah.
would be like, who's Stormtrooper?
That's amazing. I will definitely try that next time I go to
Heck
Starbucks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Gotta go big. Why not? Very cool. Okay, next fun question is going to be if you could be any cartoon character, past, present, whatever,
Whew.
who would you want to be or have been?
Oh man. Well, okay. I gotta start off by saying, like, literally sitting right in front of me in my office is this big wall of Batman.
Ooh,
Um,
nice, nice.
so
Okay.
like, yeah, I got like 7 or 8 pictures up there, and just canvases and whatnot.
Hmm.
So I mean, obviously everybody wants to be Batman.
Is it
If
obvious? I don't know. I
Well, I
don't
mean, just saying, yeah, Batman is
He's
the
pretty badass.
coolest.
He's pretty badass.
Batman's the coolest. If
Yeah,
you think Superman's the coolest,
objectively.
you're just wrong. That's all it is.
Fair. That's fair. Superman is too, yeah, I agree with that. I mean, that distinction is like he's too super. It's boring. It's boring.
Yeah, I mean, you can like, so you can shoot him with a gun, but then you hold a
Hmm.
rock to his face, and he just
Come
like
on.
dies. Come on now.
That's lame.
But if I had to go outside of, I guess the typical modern day cliches,
Hmm.
um, man, I'm really into anime right now.
Okay.
So I'm trying to think of like the coolest anime out there.
Goku for sure. Or Vegeta.
Goku,
One of them.
Goku's tight. I don't do much of Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
I think that I'm gonna have to go with like Natsu from Fairy Tail. I
Whoa.
don't know if you've ever watched Fairy Tail. It's
Never.
super cool. Natsu's basically a dragon slayer. He was raised by a dragon.
Hmm.
And they do magic stuff. I don't know. It's
Wow.
it's super hard to explain in the time that we got, but
Damn.
super cool show. I
Did
don't know
he
if you're
slay
into.
the dragon that raised him? Because that would be like an Oedipus thing. That'd be crazy.
No,
Yeah.
well, I don't know. I haven't
Yeah.
actually finished the show. So, I mean,
Okay.
there's probably people out there just like, you're a freaking idiot, whatever. But
Right.
I don't know. I haven't
Yeah.
finished the show
There's
yet.
people that think Superman is the best, so they're idiots.
Yeah.
Clearly. Yeah. We already lost a lot of those people, and
Oh
then we
yeah,
lost
no,
even
I'm.
more when you said Goku wasn't the best either. So we've
Oh man,
already
we're
lost the
just.
audience. Yeah.
Yeah, audience is gone at this point.
Yeah.
It's just us.
That's fair. That's usually how it works. Yeah.
Uh,
Nice. Okay, let's do two more here for the fun. The next one's gonna be this is kind of fun, but kind of like, I don't know, a little bit deeper. What is one red flag you look for, watch out for, or you would advise the audience to watch out for in a relationship or looking for a life partner? What's
hmm,
a red flag to you?
that's an interesting one.
Hmm.
Um, the thing is, okay, here's some more vulnerability, and
Sure.
we're gonna
We
go
are.
into some deep
We're not
questions
even
here
in the
really
deep
quick.
yet, and you're starting. I
Not
like
even in
it.
the deep yet.
Yeah, I like it.
Uh, so the thing is that I was just recently diagnosed with borderline personality disorder.
Okay.
So basically what happens is I fall in love super quick.
Right.
Or I mean, my brain thinks that I'm in love really quick.
Okay.
Which is super unfortunate for every single relationship that I'm in.
Right, right.
So maybe watch out for that.
Sure.
In my, like in people like me, which is it's actually really super funny because my girlfriend actually has BPD too.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so like we were supposed to meet up. Wait, our relationship started on Tinder. Here you go.
Sure. Yeah.
And we were
As
just supposed to.
90% of relationships do in 23. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we were supposed to just meet up for the night, you know what I mean?
Right.
And she's we met up for the night. I drove home. It was an hour and a half back home where I lived at that point. I'm just like, shoot, I'll just drive up for a couple hours, whatever. I don't
Hmm.
care. And so I drove up, I drove back, and by the time I hit my house again, I'm just like, son of a bitch, I'm in love.
Wow.
Like, and so at that point we just started dating. That to me is kind of a red flag.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I mean, if you're falling that quickly, there's either number one, probably a mental health disorder going on, or two, you're jumping into things way too quickly and you need to get to know each other some first.
Right.
So that's my advice for that.
I like that. Yeah, I think like what's to stop them from falling in love with the next person they see down the street if that's how quickly,
Exactly.
you know.
Exactly.
That's a good one. I like that. But if you both have that, then maybe that's a compatibility thing. That's great. I don't know.
Yeah, now we're working through it. Like I
Yeah.
didn't like I said, I just recently got diagnosed with this. She's known that she's had it, so now I know how she feels. I know what's going on. We can work through it together. It's way
Mhm.
better now. We've been together for a little over a year now. So I mean,
Okay.
it's been going really well. But that is definitely something I would say to watch out for.
Okay. I like that. That is good advice for the audience. Let's do one more fun question here. What is something you never get too old for?
Holding mama's hand
Ooh, okay.
for
Yeah.
sure. As guys, like we hit that certain age, right? Where we're just like, you know what? Mom really, you're just so uncool, mom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think that a lot of the men population has that
Right.
ideology. Or, I mean, I'm not discounting women here either, but obviously I'm speaking from a head of a man.
Right.
So I can't speak into the women mindset. But as guys, we kind of get to this point where we're just like, Mom, you're so uncool. Like, stop doing the thing that you're
Right.
doing. You're embarrassing me, whatever. But as a young adult, maybe even into my later teen years, I realized that mom is always going to be around
Yeah.
until she's not,
Mm-hmm.
and so I need to take advantage of the time that I have with her.
Yeah.
Um, and so, one day I think I was like 15. I had, at this point, I'd stopped holding mom's hand for like years and years and years. But I was 15 and I just we were walking through Walmart or something, and I reached over and I grabbed mom's hand, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I was like,
Mm.
"You know what? You're my mom. I love you, and this is I'm gonna walk through you through the store
Yeah.
holding your hand
Yeah.
because I want to show you that like regardless of if I think you're cool or not,
Right.
I still love you."
Yep.
So
I bet she's never forgotten that day. I guarantee.
I doubt it. I
Yeah.
doubt it.
I mean, that's so big. My mom says the same thing. She's like, you'll never be too big to be my little baby, right? So she's
Exactly.
always kind of said that. And I think that is a natural tendency that everyone has is kind of push their parents away, right, at a certain point. But it's a really sad thing because I mean, man, you don't have that much time with them after 18, right? There's
Yeah.
a great article from Wait But Why. It's called The Tail End, and it's just about how much time you spend with your family during your life in your 20s, 30s, right? Or how much time you spend with your coworkers and the shape that looks like, and time alone, that kind of thing, and all these different graphs, right? And so it's like as soon as you hit 18, you've spent like the 90% of the time you ever going to have with your parents, that's gone, as soon
Yeah.
as you leave house. So I think we need to think about that more as like, oh wow, um, they're going to be gone. Exactly. They're there. You
Yeah.
take it for take it for granted, and then one day they're not, and you're gonna regret all that. So,
Yeah. No, I
um,
remember I remember specifically that there was a commercial, I think it was an insurance commercial for like Geico or Nationwide or something like
yeah.
that. Um, but it was this little boy and he came in, this was years ago even. I mean, I'm sure there's new studies now, but there's this little boy, he came in and he looked at his dad. His dad was working on the computer, and the little boy says, "Hey dad, can you come play ball with me?"
Mm,
And dad says, "Sorry, buddy, I can't right now. I'm too busy."
right.
The little boy says, "Did you know that by the time that I'm 12, I'll be more influenced by my friends than by my parents?"
Oof.
And dad just like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah.
I mean, that's something to watch out for is like, small manipulations like that. But it is
Sure.
true. It is so true. Like by the time we are into, I'd say like junior high or high school,
Mm-hmm.
the amount that our friends impact our life versus the amount that our parents actually impact our life
Mm-hmm.
is exponentially different.
Right.
So yeah, sorry, I had to throw that out there because it
Yeah.
was it was just popped in my brain. But yeah.
That makes total sense. That makes total sense. Let's hit a couple of the would you rather's for the next topics and question set here. Next one's going to be would you rather let's see. Would you rather be sober, no alcohol at all, or be vegetarian for the rest of your life?
Ooh. Well, this is actually a really easy one for me.
Okay. Right.
So I currently don't drink.
Ah, gotcha.
My girlfriend drinks. I don't drink. She's just like, in a couple years, like when you think that you're ready or whatever,
Yeah.
um, I want to take you out to a bar because I think it'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, first of all, I'm pretty positive that I have a pretty addictive personality. And
Sure.
so I don't really want to get into that. I already have anger issues as it is. So like
Yeah.
why exacerbate it?
Sure.
But at the same time, I do it for myself because it's not putting, I don't know, negative substances into my body.
Right. Right.
Keeps me healthy,
I like
keeps
it.
me,
It's one of those things. If you don't need it, you don't need it. Some people just they have to have it, and others. I'm a very social drinker, so yeah, once a month, a couple drinks, whatever, at a bar watching a game or something. But yeah,
yeah,
fortunately, never had that like inkling to just go off the rails with that. So that's good
yeah. No,
for
I
sure.
could not be vegetarian at all. I like my meats too much.
Right. Absolutely. You do
Um,
any of your own like hunting or smoking or fishing or anything like that?
so I do fishing.
Okay.
I don't have a smoker. I'd like to get one.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't do hunting right now. Um, but I was talking to my foreman actually today at work, and I'm just like, listen, man, I want to get into bow hunting because I think it'd be
Yeah.
fun. And provisionally, you can supply for yourself.
Right.
So I want to get into that. I think tags have already been drawn for this year, so I'll have to wait until next year. But
Okay.
um, I'd like to get into that. I think it'd be fun. And it'd be a great workout trying to freaking pack all that meat out.
Yeah. That's to
So
me, that's the only way to do it. If I get into bow hunting, which I could definitely see happening at some point, that would be like a next year thing. But if I was going to get into hunting, it would definitely be bow hunting because that's like the most primal, badass. Like you gotta like, yeah, like you said, haul in, haul out, whatever you catch and kill. And
heck
I mean,
yeah.
it's like the Cam Hanes, like total man philosophy. I don't know. It's
Heck
just
yeah.
awesome, you know.
I mean,
So
the only other way that I do is with a spear.
oh fuck yes. That we need to bring that back. Let's go spear. Let's go. What else did they hunt with? I don't know what they
Like
did back then.
slingshots or something.
Slingshot,
I don't
boomerang.
know.
I'm gonna go
Heck
boomerang
yeah.
gang. I'm gonna just boomerang gang some of these damn elk. I don't know what I'm gonna kill. I'm gonna kill everything. I'll
Heck
be the
yeah.
first recorded confirmed kill of a bear with a boomerang. I want to be that guy
Oh
in
my
history.
gosh.
That's
Oh
gonna
my
be
gosh. That'd be
so
sweet.
epic. Yeah. That'd be epic.
Oh, well, I
Very
mean,
cool.
if you want to get into it this year, I think Ryan's taken a group of guys up to Montana
Oh,
for a guided hunt sometime this year. I
huh.
don't know if
Okay.
signups are already gone. I
Yeah.
don't know.
All right. I'll bring my
Sounds
boomerang. Let's do it.
so
Let's meet in Montana, man. Let's do it.
heck yeah.
Let's go. All right. Next question, the would you rather is going to be would you rather swim a half mile in
Man,
great
that's so
white
easy.
infested waters or be trapped in a room with your weight in bees for 1 hour? A
Okay.
small room, like a
A
closet,
small
a
room.
closet.
Okay. Well, all right. So there's some caveats to both of
There's
these.
always caveats to would you
I
rather.
mean,
So hit
it's
me with it.
super cool. It's
Yeah.
super cool. Um, all right. So, oh,
Mm-hmm.
just thinking it out. So just verbalizing this for
Yeah.
the audience to
In
hear
real
me think.
time.
I,
In
I
real
can't,
time.
I can't, just leave the audience hanging here for a second.
Correct.
So in my brain, I'm thinking, well, the chances of getting attacked by a shark
Yeah.
are less than dying in an airplane crash. And
Right.
that's like, you know, very slim.
Right.
Airplanes are one of the safest ways to travel.
That's
Anyway,
amazing. True.
yeah.
Yeah.
But um and then bees, I mean, if you don't bother bees really for the most part, they won't
Yeah.
sting
If
you.
you get stung, you're the asshole in that situation.
Yeah,
If you get
seriously, because
stung
I
by a
mean,
bee, look at yourself.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna die. You swatted them, like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're done, dude.
Think about it.
Um, oh man, this is a really tough one, actually.
Right.
All right. I'm gonna go with swim half a mile
Okay.
in great white infested waters.
Damn, badass.
Being is reason being is because number one, I'm a really good swimmer.
Good.
Um, and I like swimming.
Yeah.
Um, not that not that I want to fight a shark, but I mean, just still,
Yeah.
um, and I get some exercise in just before I die. So whatever. I mean, if that were the case,
There's worse ways. I mean, I don't know if there's worse ways to die, but there's less badass ways to die than like
most
punching a
definitely,
shark in the face. You
that's
know, I
true.
respect that. Yeah.
Yeah. The only reason I wouldn't go with being trapped in a room with bees for an hour
Yeah.
is, man, I don't like being trapped anywhere. So
Okay. So it's the trapped part. Yeah.
yeah,
That's right.
no, don't lock me nowhere. Like I don't even like, I still do it because that's commonplace, but I don't even like
Yeah.
locking my doors in my house because
Ah.
like I'm just like, no, I want a quick escape if I need it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, I know. I used to live in Idaho, and like nobody in McCall, Idaho, a very small mountain town, locks their doors ever. So I
I
respect that community because like they're just like, ah, fuck it. You know, like no
Yeah,
one's gonna steal our shit. It's cool.
it's getting worse up here
Yeah.
in Sheridan.
Okay.
Um, because mainly because I mean, so no diss on you because you're
Yeah.
from California, but all the
Right.
Californians are moving up into Wyoming, and
Yeah.
like right now you'll see guys with window stickers and bumper stickers that says "Don't California my Wyoming,"
Oh my
and so
gosh.
so but it's cool. Like I respect having the diversity in
Right.
in our tiny little 15,000 person town,
Right.
so it's cool. um but
I can
yeah,
see
no, I
that.
mean, I hardly ever lock my door. Don't come beat down my door because it's
Yeah.
probably not going to be locked, so
Right. That's fair. Totally fair. All right, let's go into the next round. A couple COVID questions, and then we will go with some deep to finish. All right, first one's going to be after 2 years or three, however long it's been. What is your opinion of COVID and everything that went down?
ooh, man, this one gets me a little riled up.
Sure.
uh
Tell me how you feel.
Man, so I'm not going to say that COVID was like, uh, here okay, so here I go into like immediate government conspiracy type things,
Uh-huh.
but I don't think that COVID was completely like a government conspiracy, but I do think that there was a lot of blow up
Mm,
on COVID based around the election. Um, because I mean, really, when do we see large outbreaks of specific diseases? Like so,
right.
last election, um,
Was it Ebola? I don't know.
last election was Ebola.
Like 2016? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
That
um
is kind of true. There's always some big story every election cycle. Yeah.
yeah, and then I can't remember what it was before that. Something starts with a Z or something like
Yeah,
that. But
Zika. I think
yeah,
Zika
something like
virus.
that.
Right.
But it just it blows me away that these politicians made such a big deal out of it. And I get that people died.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that I discount what other people suffered through.
Right.
But for the most part, really, especially up in Wyoming, we saw it as like a hard strain of the flu that was really hard to get out of.
Right.
I mean, shoot, we were two weeks into lockdown and people were still going into Walmart without their mask
Mm-hmm.
on because we're
Right.
hardcore Republican around here. So I
Sure.
mean, we're just like whatever, screw the government, we don't care.
Right.
So, but I just don't think that it was all
Didn't have to be as
everyone.
big as it was made.
That's exactly what I think.
Yeah. I think I have a very similar opinion. Like at this point, it's like, man, we kind of wrecked everything for something that we didn't need to at this point, you know.
Absolutely.
Initially, obviously, you have no idea what's happening, so I can understand that initial lockdown, but it seems like, yeah, it seems like the what was the saying? Like the cure was worse than the disease or whatever. Yeah. So
Yeah. Yep.
ultimately, I think the Sweden route of where they just kind of like ran with it, you know, I think they did a little bit better in the long term because the
Sure.
economy is kind of huge too. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that makes sense. Well, we're kind of bumping up on our last 8 minutes here, so I definitely want to get to the deep questions, one or two, and then we'll
Yeah.
close out. First one's going to be, what do you most want to do before you die?
Oh man.
It could be like a
Um.
singular thing, like see one country or like experience one thing. What was that?
No.
What's that big
No,
one?
man. So this one is actually something that touches near and dear to my heart. So I was
Yeah.
talking with a coworker the other day, um, and he brought up a really good point. That's something that I've never thought about much before. He said that the only way to measure your life, really, I mean, you
Yeah.
can take measurable goals and steps to moving forward, but really how we should be measuring our life is how many people we impact by it.
Mm. I thought it was how many cups of Starbucks we order. That's what I've been measuring
See,
my life against.
here's the thing is that I make my black coffee at home because it is much cheaper here.
Take that, Starbucks. Corporate shills. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many people you impact? That's what you're saying. I like that. It's a good metric.
I think so. So, something that I want to do before I die,
Yeah.
impact as many people as I can.
Hmm.
That's what it is.
And you think that through the mental health initiative that you would like to kind of launch, that's the platform.
So, mental health initiative, being that parenting coach for those fathers that are kind of
Right.
struggling, man. You know, um, if I break out in the private sector and
Hmm.
start building houses for people, how
Right.
many smiles do I see out of those people that actually get to see their home
Right.
and are just like, man, I love this house. It's been my dream since I was 15 years old.
As long
You
as you're
know,
not from California, you'll build their house. Yeah.
that's not true.
That's
Don't
not
put words
true.
in my
I'm
mouth,
putting
Tyler.
words in his mouth. That's right. Go home, California. Yeah, I got you.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
that's a good
no.
way to spread joy. Build
Yeah.
something for somebody. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I respect that. Very cool. And then I always end with this question, but if you could ask a stranger any question, nothing was too superficial or deep, what would you ask and what would you want to know about your fellow human?
Man, you gave me this before the episode started, and I
Hmm.
still have not thought of
Stumped them.
anything. I
Yeah.
no, 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 don't say that.
Uh-uh.
Give me 3 seconds here.
Okay.
Oh man. Okay, so the thing that I would ask is, and I love being asked this question also.
Yeah.
Um, but if you could do anything, because the reason why I ask this question is because I think it really gives an insight into the person that you're talking to.
Right.
If you could do anything, like money wasn't an object, um, the constraints on your life was not a thing.
Hmm.
You just had the natural innate talent for the thing. If you could do anything, what would you do? And I think that is a profound question because for me, I would so readily step out of the construction industry. I'd go play
Yeah.
volleyball for the rest of my life on a beach in Hawaii.
Hell yeah. Absolutely. That's
And
a good one. That says a lot
that's
though.
that's
Yeah.
something that you know it should be in my vision statement, but it's
Hmm.
not. I want to build a house in Hawaii,
Right.
and go play volleyball on the beach every single day. And I love it. I would love that so much. I don't really have, all that much talent. I can jump fairly high and I'm
Yeah.
tall, but whatever. I don't have all that much innate talent, but I
Yeah.
love volleyball so much. I would do it every single day
I
for
love
sure.
that. I love that. That does say a lot about some. If I had something that I could do, I would, if I like money to matter, I'd buy, I don't know, the most badass RV or something, and I would just travel the US, see all the national parks, and I would do like a Spartan race or some obstacle course race, some fitness thing along the way, like around that
Heck yeah.
entire thing as well. Because I've done a couple of those and I'm really big into fitness. So anytime I could challenge myself and meet up with people and see nature and beauty and be surrounded by that stuff, like I could just totally travel like a vagabond and just do that for years
Heck
all
yeah.
across the US. I mean, there's so much to
Heck yeah.
see. Just read a really good book by Steinbeck, Travels with Charlie. about in the 1960s. John Steinbeck did this whole thing across America with his dog Charlie. And just a really good travel log, and like made me like really want to see more of the US, even though I've seen quite a bit. I think there's
Yeah.
still something about that untouched land or that untalked to person that you haven't met
Yeah.
yet, which is partly why I do this as well. So
Yeah.
I think that's huge. But man,
Well,
that's a
heck, man. If
great
that's
place
the
to end
case,
it. Yeah.
if that's the case, I expect you up here in well, we do it in Colorado, but there's a Tough Mudder race every year in
Oh,
Colorado, man. So I'll meet up with you.
absolutely.
I'll send you the stuff, bro.
All right. Don't lock your door. I'll bring a boomerang. Let's do it. I'm down.
Heck yeah.
Send it. Well, Aaron, I appreciate the time for talking to me today, as always. I really appreciate you being on short notice or whatever, just kind of a random occurrence. To everybody out there listening, I thank you for your support. This is Tyler telling you to go talk to a stranger. Peace. Cool. Nice. Stop recording.